All right. So I went to sleep early last night. Like I went to sleep before 1 a.m.
Nerd.
And because I usually go to sleep between 3 and 4 and I wake up at 7 tonight.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I went to sleep tonight like at 12:31 because I was like I'll wake up at 6:45 to have an hour and 15. Just woke up at 8, like 06. Like literally woke up when he texted good morning. I had just fucking woken up. And I literally like I'm like Asian right now from how like small like my eyes are. Literally like
Yeah, you need 8 hours, man. Otherwise, it comes back to bite you. I went to bed around 3:30, and I did not want to wake up this morning. A little bit of a slow morning. Crazy night.
crazy night. It was a good night. I mean, can we first get into the unfortunate news? LaMelo or LeBron? Would you want to start on?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I think
Let's start with the
LaMelo.
big headline: LaMelo Ball.
You know what? Okay, clarification. LaMelo Ball suffered 2 sprained ankles to his left ankle. He is now broken or fractured his right ankle.
Oh man.
Yeah. Doesn't that suck?
Yeah.
It's the other ankle now that he hurt. Not even the original ankle that was like bothering him all season.
That injury was so weird, man. I got home, I saw it, and he wasn't even like the report. The initial report was, yeah, he's gonna miss the rest of the game and he's questionable for Wednesday night. I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. And then fractured ankle. Dennis Smith Jr. He's the future of the season now, and it's like, wow.
I mean, did you make a video?
No, but the play didn't look like I wouldn't have, because I didn't watch it live. I wasn't home last night. When I got home, I saw it, and I would have never thought he just fractured his ankle.
Yeah, I mean, right here, if we go to, I think I pulled the clip up. I'll just have to stop it real quick.
Morning, Chris. GM.
So right here, you got right here, LaMelo goes out. It was a drive, I thought, right? Oh, whoa. I did not. It just looks like it gave out. Oh, he broke it right there. He broke it right here.
It's his right, you said?
Right there. It's his right one. Right here. Boom. He breaks his ankle.
Where?
He broke right here. There. That step right there.
When he's going back, when his right foot's back?
Right here. That's that step right there. Oh, wait. I'm looking at his left foot. Sorry. I'm an idiot. But like, all right, ready? Yeah, it's the back. It's
Oh,
it's either right here. It's either that right there or this one right here. It's one
of these. Yeah, kind of like angles.
Yeah. It's either that right there. It's when he uses his right foot to kind of like pivot back. Either it's the first one when he gets it right here, or it's this one right there. Brian Sutter, MD, made a video on it. I haven't seen it
already.
Yeah, he made it last night.
Nice.
It was too late for me to watch it. It was like a 15-minute, and I was like, But yeah, right. I think it's right there or something. But freak injury. Sorry, I actually had not, like, I'd seen it, but for some reason I thought it was on a drive.
Oh, it's his right ankle.
Mm-hmm. And all season he's been suffering from a left ankle sprains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So no bueno. Yeah.
It sucks, but it's probably in the Hornets' best interest. They've won 5 straight games, and they're scoring like nobody's business. And LaMelo Ball has been playing exponentially well. That sounded shitty to say because he's injured, but
no, look, this is there is a silver lining here that Victor Wembanyama or Scooter Henderson or Cam Whitmore will be able to be like easier to acquire, if that makes sense. That now that you will have a better chance of having at least a 12.5% chance to win. Like you're at least going to be the third worst team in the NBA. You potentially could be the second. Like you could maybe, but you're in the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes, and they're only going to get better. Your odds.
Yeah, I think they're pretty much locked in as fourth worst team in the league because Spurs and Rockets got 14, and then Detroit's only got 15. But there's a big gap between Orlando, who's sneaking into the play-in, and Charlotte. But yeah, they've won 5 straight games. So
it's weird that Miles Bridges is supposed to be coming back in March. He said, "I think I'll be back in March."
I don't buy it.
You know who's going to get some run that I'm really happy?
DSJ.
Besides DSJ, we all knew that. DSJ's had a great season.
No.
Teo Maledon.
Oh my God. No. Why? He shouldn't even be on Charlotte to begin with. You know, it's no disrespect to Teo Maledon, my former Rocket, but like, no. The answer to that question is DSJ, the return of DSJ, the Vengeance Tour.
DSJ is now the starter, but Teo Maledon, who I think all season's been a great, small addition, playing 16 minutes a night on a 2-way contract, 36 games he's appeared in, 5.6 points, a little under 42% from the field, 33.3% from 3, a little under 3 assists and 3 rebounds a night and a steal. I know nothing insane, but Teo Maledon, I've always been a fan of him. He was mentored and he's considered Tony Parker's protege.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, it will definitely. I'm excited more about DSJ just because I remember watching Dennis in college. But yeah, you're right. Teo Maledon. It'll be cool. He's very young. He's an extremely sneaky 21 years old, and then he's been in the league for 3 seasons. So I actually wonder when his birthday is. It's got to be sometime in spring. We're in 2000.
Sorry, I had someone knock on my door. So at this point, is there, the only thing I hope that doesn't happen is Steph Curry type ankle problems. A lot of people are too young to remember this, but Steph Curry, the bulky ankle braces, that's a result of Steph Curry having to do that. Steph Curry, his career almost ended over his ankles.
Yeah, the ankles suck. That could be a lingering concern, but hopefully it doesn't get to that point.
Yeah, no, 100%. Hopefully it does not get to that point. And I feel like LaMelo, look, it was a terrible season. I mean, he was having career highs, but we're just going to watch this season away. Hopefully they can follow the blueprint of the Pelicans and build a squad around.
Yeah, and even, as Chris is saying here, even if they fall to 4 and say Brandon Miller goes 4, they're still going to be I would be extremely thrilled about that. So it's I don't know, Mark Williams as well. I know this injury doesn't necessarily affect him. I guess maybe it would make it a little bit worse because DSJ is a phenomenal passer, but there's still young spurts of talent that we're going to see at a more consistent basis here to end off the season. I am literally so big on not Jalen McDaniels, Mark Williams.
Mark Williams is a dog.
Great game last night, 15 points, 11 rebounds, but he came off that 18 points, 20 boards. 7 of those were offensive against the Miami Heat. No small feat.
Yeah, no small feat. And Mark Williams, it's also the thing is he's incredibly efficient. Like
Duke. That's what we do at Duke. That's what we do. We make winners. We're winners.
You didn't even go to Duke. You went to Loyola Marymount? No, Loyola Chicago. Loyola Marymount's in fucking LA, right?
LA, yeah.
I feel like there's like 4 Loyola Marymount's.
There's a lot of Loyolas.
But you got the Sister Jean one. The one that we all hope she dies. I'm kidding.
How can Jordan? Yeah, Jordan isn't. It sucks, but at least I love the rumors like, oh, he played blank and blank on a 1v1 and won at 60. But yeah, as Nick's saying, I went to the Midwest, and what did Duke alumni do? They stick together, and more importantly, we win, and we breed winners. We're a winner breeding farm. Except Loyola doesn't breed any winners, but yeah.
I don't even know a player to come out of Loyola Chicago besides Cameron Kirkwood.
Clayton Custer. You might remember him, no?
No, but
you're the college basketball guy.
Yeah, but not mid-major.
Come on. We made it to the Final Four.
Yeah,
we beat the Martin brothers at Nevada.
Fuck that, bro.
It was sick.
So,
have you ever made a Final Four in your tenure?
I won a national championship, bud.
So you understand what I'm feeling.
Yeah, I won a national fucking championship.
Yeah, and Duke's won plenty in my life, so I get you, dude.
LeBron James is out indefinitely with a right foot injury. He suffered it allegedly over the win against the Dallas Mavericks on Sunday, and he stayed in the game. Personally, I think he suffered it the day he set his scoring record because it's been the same foot the whole time. The James will seek multiple opinions on the injury as they evaluate their options. The Lakers are bracing for LeBron James to miss several weeks. Thoughts?
It sucks, dude. I saw something, or I heard something. I think Isaiah Thomas was talking about it, how in his first 15 years he missed like a combined 50 games or something. And then in the last 5 years, he's missed like 70 or 80. It really sucks. Thankfully, you have MV Davis, and they made a bunch of proper moves at the deadline. They're only a half game out from the play-in, and you've got teams like Utah. Utah actually doesn't apply, but Minnesota and New Orleans who are suffering right now. So there's always going to be a shot, but it's going to be tough. And as far as LeBron goes, Mr. GOAT James, you don't want – they're getting several opinions. That is the worst thing to hear because –
yeah, you're trying to find one good opinion.
Yeah, if you sprain your ankle, it's not like, all right, yeah, let's look like when you hurt your wrist, it's completely different than if you, I guess, like jammed a finger and you were going around seeing multiple specialists. It's like, oh, shoot. Or even if you broke your wrist like you just did, and then you went to one doctor and he's like, I don't fucking know, dude. And then you got to go across Kansas on this tour of doctors and seeking multiple opinions. Like, oh, shoot. It reminds me of Lonzo. Obviously, it's different injuries, and it's not Lonzo, thankfully, but it brings up my my paranoia of injuries for players I love.
Yeah, no, so for me, I do blame Darvin Ham a little bit here.
Wow. This man's getting so scapegoated.
No, not like that. I do agree that Darvin Ham has gotten an unprecedented amount of hate. But LeBron James, there was multiple games this season where against the Pelicans, February 4th, he played 40 minutes. Against the Pacers the night before, 33. And then the following night after the Pelicans, 34. Then he followed up the game against the Mavs where he had already hurt his foot, 37 minutes. And that was in a stretch where he had only been playing 29, 14, 26. And he played 14 in the NBA All-Star game, but 26 in the Warriors game, and then 29 in the Pelicans game before the All-Star. I just feel like personally, why were we playing LeBron James close to 40 minutes?
I'll answer it for you. First off, LeBron James is a competitor, and that's what competitors do. They play to compete. We can't have it both ways. We can't get upset about player management and guys missing out games.
I'm not getting upset
about
when
LeBron James decides to play high minutes in a lot of games. You got to keep in mind this Lakers team, there always are so many eyes on LA. They were 13-20. LeBron can't take off nights. Unless he really can't go, he can't take off. How many games did Anthony Davis miss? Anthony Davis missed so much time.
So, for two things, Rockets news, yeah, Jarace Walker and the Houston basketball team, fucking dogs. Second, I used to not believe in stretching. I used to believe that, there's no purpose in stretching because the tighter your muscles are, the more power they would be because they're like rubber bands. The tighter they are, the stronger they are.
He's making fun of me. My current theory is guys always stretch and always get injured. But
I stretch.
It's not maturing like a great take. Outside of LeBron's injury.
No, I don't. Do I think LeBron should be playing 40 minutes when healthy? Yeah, like 37, 40 minutes. Yeah, they need him to. But if you're a head coach and you're aware that your main star has a foot injury, aren't you going to try to use him as sparingly as possible, like when absolutely needed?
Anthony Davis has missed almost half the season. LeBron has missed 15 or so games.
And they've been so considerate with with Anthony Davis's injury, why don't they give the same fucking respect to LeBron James?
Because LeBron James, the nickname isn't Street Clothes Davis. Anthony Davis isn't the greatest player of all time. And Lakers fans are the least concerned about Data Davis. It's like, figure it the F out, dude. Stay healthy for like 2 weeks, please. LeBron, he'll be back, but I need to gather more intel, more data as these doctors prescribe their diagnoses.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely something interesting when you look at. All right, word. I was thinking, sorry, I missed a coworker's email yesterday, and they emailed her at like 10:30 at night when she emailed me at like 2 p.m. And I was just like, I feel so bad, like because she asked for a source, one of my sources, and I was just like, I just ignored her all day. I just sent the source 8 hours late. But either way, this kind of puts a damper in the whole most important 23-game stretch of mock.
Completely dampers it. It's completely soaked.
Yeah,
it's no longer damp. It's trenched.
Actually. It's actually like it's soaking wet to the point that it's like newspaper when you leave it in water too long that it starts to disintegrate. That's what's happening right now.
Yep.
Like
it's being wet on a cold day.
I hate to stay on this topic for too long, but you know what's weird about this foot injury? They're not telling what it is.
I like organizations like it's like Warriors almost, like they keep it internal.
I know, but is it what is it? Flaster plantiaceus?
If it was, I'd honestly be a lot relieved because I don't believe that's a long term. He wouldn't be out for the rest of the year.
Is it damage to his metatarsals? Is it damage to?
I'd have to look back at the prognoses. I'll get back to you on that one.
Could be damage to his calcaneus bone.
I think the scample.
My dad actually smashed his calcaneus bone. It he fell off like a ladder, like from 15 feet.
Jeez. Oh
yeah. Biggest regret, he never sued the guy. He always talks about that. Because he was like helping his old business partner build their office like on their property. Because like this is when we lived in Minnesota and we had 15 acres, and then my dad's business partner had like 25 down the street. So like they were building it so they didn't have to leave. Like
it'd be like me suing you.
Yeah, because you bought a big ass property and we're like, let's just build a studio on your property, and then like you gave me a shit.
Fell.
Yeah, because of a ladder you gave me.
That's so gay. I'm glad you didn't sue.
What do you mean so gay? It's so gay for my dad. He was given a
well, yeah. But in the hypothetical story, it would be so gay if you sued me.
Oh, so. Yeah. I'm petrified of heights, so like you wouldn't get me on the ladder. Yeah, we'd have to pay somebody. We'd have to pay somebody to build that ladder.
I agree with you. I used to hate doing gutters.
Yeah, dude, no, fuck no. I can't do gutters. Yeah, we're paying somebody.
That's what my mom and I were so sick of doing gutters, and like as I got into my later years, she'd have to do it a lot more during the golf season and what have you, or in school, and so we just like they're the gutters where you don't have to go in and do it. They like shield, they protect. There's holes in them to get the water out, but that's it.
Yeah, no. I agree. I've never been. So I almost started doing roofing, and I went once to like kind of like try it out. Oh my god, I could not. No, and you're like on an angle too.
Yeah,
like, you're like, oh no. I was there I did it for like 10 minutes basically. I was like, yeah, this ain't for me, man. Like I was like, I'm getting dizzy up here. Really good money. It was like 25 an hour roofing, 30 an hour almost. Oh, we lost Jackson, but let's hear. Well, Jackson's back. Jackson's back.
Would you ever like the day after I dropped out of college, I went up to the mountains and I had.
Don't say you dropped out of college. Say when I took my hiatus before I returned to college.
When I temporarily dropped out of college, I went up to the mountains, like 11,000 feet in the air, and I'll have to send it to you where it's like if you make one wrong step or if you slip and you fall, you're dead.
How scared were you?
Would you ever do that? Honestly, it was exhilarating. I was thinking I wanted to like skydive off it and just like see what happens. I'll have to send this to you after the show, but once I can find it in 7 seconds. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Oh yeah, I actually found it. Nice.
Let's see it. Oh my God, it's sick.
Right below that ledge is.
Why does it look like the Grand Canyon?
Right, that was the draw. I can't think of the name, but it's like some type of arches.
Arches,
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Nerlens Noel somehow got bought out when he's technically on a multi-year deal, which is rare to see. Usually these guys don't get bought out. He had a team option, and they said, "No, we're gonna send you." So he is able to go wherever he wants. The teams that I've heard, I knew the Philadelphia 76ers and the Dallas Mavericks are two teams that we're fully aware or interested in Nerlens Noel. The other team that could be interested are, in my opinion, the Portland Trail Blazers and the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
The Miami Heat, Cody Zeller's been playing great for them, so I don't think they're interested anymore. But yeah, Warriors could do Nerlens. They would like him. Portland would like Nerlens. Dallas would like Nerlens. I think Dallas is the most likely. Dallas or Golden State, because those are the two teams that could give him the most minutes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I made a Warriors video on Nerlens for this, but I am just gonna assume he's going to Dallas, especially being a former Maverick, and he's on a team option, so I guess that makes that easier buyout, right?
I don't know, because I guess the team option. I don't know how that works, because I from what I read, that it was more difficult to buy out a player with the team option because you have to not only negotiate this year, you have to negotiate the team option.
Does his contract not just carry over?
No.
Is he just wait? I mean, he'll go wherever he lands. I would imagine whatever he's gonna just get a new contract.
So Country City Coffee Cherry Cop Bull King. Okay.
It's a lot of C's.
So what I was going to say is why the Dallas Mavericks? Because out of all the teams we listed, the Warriors, the Mavericks, the Portland Trailblazers, and the Philadelphia 76ers, the Dallas Mavericks are the only team that could probably give him the starting job. Not out the gate, but if he proves himself, who would you rather start, Dwight Powell or Nerlens Noel?
No.
We haven't really seen Nerlens Noel, but if you tell me after 5 or 6 games of coming off the bench for the Mavericks, Nerlens Noel could be the starter, rim runner, great screener.
I think that's the best possible outcome as far as who can he start with? I think he played with DSJ. That was an interesting Mavs team. Nerlens Noel is a phenomenal defensive player. Even in his last. If you go back to 2020, 2021, I remember looking at this and being like, whoa, he played only 24 minutes a night, shot an incredibly efficient 61% from the field. But he's averaged 1.1 steal and 2.2 blocks that year in just 24 minutes. So that's exactly what
every season that Nerlens Noel has averaged basically 30 minutes or more. He's averaged at least 1.8 steals and 1.8 blocks.
Okay, yeah. So 2 years.
Yeah.
His first 2 years. All right.
Hasn't played more than 30 minutes since, baby. I stand by what I said. My information, the stats were 100% true. Did I lie? Did I lie?
8 years ago, technically.
Did I lie?
Nerlens, when he came in the league, that was the golden era of the shitty Philadelphia 76ers, and Nerlens is a sneaky.
Nerlens Noel was Walker. Nerlens Noel was a Walker Kessler before Walker Kessler, and with more athleticism.
Yeah, way more athleticism.
Nerlens Noel was the number 1 player in his draft class. He was Harry Giles before Harry Giles.
He was the Shaq after Shaq.
No, I mean guy blows out his knee.
Oh, damn.
He blew out his knee twice. Nerlens.
What was it? College?
In high school.
Uh,
And
he's
that's what?
perfect role player.
Yeah, great role player. That's why he ended up being traded to the so when he was drafted by the Pelicans, and then the Pelicans traded him with the 10th overall pick. He was technically the 10th overall pick to the Knicks. No, not Knicks, to the Sixers for Drew Holiday.
Here's the 6th pick, but yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. The argument's still side. He should have been the first overall pick, but the knee injury kept him. Cody Zeller blocked the shit out of Joel Embiid.
Yeah. Oh, that was the year Anthony Bennett was first. That's funny as hell.
Anthony Bennett was first. That was Otto Porter, 3rd overall.
Yeah.
2nd, yeah. Jabari Parker was the year before.
Oh man, I love
year
Jabari
after.
Parker.
Jabari Parker was the year after. I mean,
oh, that's my boy. That's my Chicago boy right there.
a Chicago Mormon boy.
He's Mormon.
He carries the book of what is it called? The Book of Mormonism. Everywhere he goes, he says he carries a backpack with at all times with a basketball. Have you never seen it? You've never seen this quote about Jabari Parker? It is the funniest quote about Parker. Also,
Book of Mormon. I think it's just what it's called.
Right here. Jabari grew up and remains an active member of the LDS Church. While attending Simeon Career Academy in Chicago, Jabari Parker attended a Mormon seminary two mornings a week, according to ESPN, and 3 days a week, according to the New York Times. He, at time of his 16th birthday, he wanted to be a priest. He performed baptisms and administered a weekly sacrament. He regularly traveled with his bishop during his monthly visitations to comfort sick, poor, and elderly. In high school, he was known for carrying a backpack filled with basketball equipment, along with an iPod and a copy of the Book of Mormon.
The Book of Mormon, baby. One of the best literature out there.
Have you read it?
No. Who the fuck's read the Book of Mormon?
I don't know.
Jabari Parker probably hasn't even read
the only thing about Book of Mormon I know is from the South Park episode, which they literally put up on the screen. Everything they say is true. And like, dum 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 dum. His name was Joseph Smith. And they're like, the best is like where he goes. They're like, his wife takes it and breaks the tablets, and she's like, go write new ones. And he goes in and he writes new ones. And he goes, oh, God spoke to me again. They've changed.
I just learned somebody I didn't know was Mormon. I can't remember where that context was. I don't think it was on the show.
Oh, I found out Mitt Romney. We almost had a Mormon president before we had a woman president. Like America said.
I don't think that's not crazy. There's a lot of Mormons. Like females.
I'm saying that we were fine. We were all like, hey, we know Mormons are known for like doing crazy shit and all that, but we're okay to have a Mormon president before we ever have a woman as a president.
I know so many Mormons.
Come on!
I know so many normal Mormons. It's actually unreal.
Tell me what you think is wilder, that we would have a Mormon president before a woman or a woman president.
Well, that's the answer. They're both interesting, but the answer is very clearly
the Mormon
president. Yes. I mean, but I know so many normal Mormons. I also know so many whack ass Mormons. I wonder where he went on his mission. I'm gonna Google it.
So Cody Zeller blocked the shit out of Joel Embiid. Kevin Love, I mean, the shot is not falling. He had 13 points, 13 rebounds the other night against the Hornets this night, but he's making ways to impact the game, playing good defense, almost averaging a block and a steal game, keeping the ball moving, passing, playing team basketball. It's been very fun to watch. What have you thought of this?
He forgoed his Mormon mission, so he's not a full-on Mormon. Anyways, yeah, that block was beautiful. And
he probably doesn't wear his undergarments.
Probably doesn't. He probably has premarital sex as well. I can't say that, but insert joke that would be a little too far. Cody Zeller had a huge block, and he's been looking nice. And they're both nice little complimentary pieces for this Heat team. They got a great win. Jimmy G buckets. The G stands for Gids with the acrobatic up and under layup. And it was a good game. It was a good game last night, and I'm glad there are only like 4 games on. That's something I've never seen on a Monday in recent history, but these are 2 nice additions. Welcome back, Cody.
Were these moves ceiling raisers or floor raisers?
That question always confuses me.
Does this team
floor raisers?
So it made them like it prevented them from like it raised their bottom, but it didn't raise their roof.
Yes.
Yeah, like it didn't. It made them better from like in the sense of they're not going to lose games, they're not going to get worse, but it didn't raise their expectations.
Oh yeah.
That's what, yeah. So I agree with that. This move shored up, again, it was to help replace PJ Tucker, which is something that we've seen all season. But yeah, I can't right now say that this move is a championship move, a move that made them contenders. But this is a move that makes me happier and happier that they made these moves. That they're, it's going to keep them from getting worse, which I think is pretty important. But
yeah,
Kevin Love, honestly, the reason his shot isn't falling is I just think he hadn't played in a month. It's just getting back into the shooting rhythm.
He has barely played. He'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah, he'll be perfect. He's a career good shooter. You don't lose that. It's just when you don't play basketball for a month because you're racking up DMPs.
Got to adjust to that speed, even though you're age 34 and been in the league for 15 years. It takes a while.
It takes a while, yeah. You look at guys during preseason. Half those guys can't shoot because they just got back. You know what I mean? And if you come at me or like, well, Cody Zeller shooting 66%. Well, Cody Zeller shoots 3 feet from the basket. Okay, if you're not shooting 66% from within 3 feet of the basket and you're 7 foot tall, I'm gonna be a little concerned. But I do want to pivot right here just for time management. First off, Rocker News says something that intrigued me. They're saying LaMelo Ball was playing in old Puma shoes, and that's why he got hurt.
So,
yeah, interesting. I mean, I have a pair of Pumas.
Why does that matter?
So, bad shoes. Like, I don't know if,
That's
personally, so he's sponsored by Puma. I have a pair of Pumas. They're not basketball shoes. They're trainers, athletic trainer shoes. I wore them once.
So European.
Yeah, they are. They're athletic training shoes. They're like not regular sneakers. They're meant to be like to go work out in. They have extra grip. They're pretty fucking sick. I can go grab them. I'm actually gonna grab them. I'm gonna grab them.
Don't bring that Euro trash over to this side of the water. I like Puma though. Puma's got some cool shoes. Oh, that's not what I was expecting them to look like, even at all. Those are sick, yeah.
These aren't basketball shoes, but so we're gonna use these Pumas that I have. I actually have 2 pairs of these, but so basically, if you look at LaMelo's shoe, and when you're buying a basketball shoe, a lot of stuff. I mean, Lonzo Ball, literally, and a lot of people say the Lonzo Ball's original injuries were due to the BBB shoes being so bad.
Those were so bad.
He said he would have to change them every quarter. Okay. So with LaMelo Ball, our assumption is right here in the sole and on the ankle, there wasn't enough support. So when this shoe flexed, okay, when we saw him do that move, we're assuming that this, you see how like this isn't really moving? We're assuming that this didn't give the support and it gave out.
I don't care.
I'm just giving you an actual
Michael Jackson.
What, touch little kids?
Magic Johnson. 2 straight episodes I've done that. Magic Johnson played in Chucks. The greats played in Chucks. I play in Chucks. So
dude, hey, big day. Do you have student loans?
Oh, what?
Do you have student loans?
Expecting some lame.
Do you have student debt?
Do you have student
debt?
No.
Wow. Look at you. Your parents paid for your college.
Did something just happened?
No, your parents just paid for your college. Look at you.
How does that have anything to do?
Look at you.
That's a very on
Look
the
at Jackson.
surface level.
Jackson doesn't have student loans. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him. His parents paid for his college. Nothing wrong with it. You're very fortunate, buddy. But either way, for people like me,
What Biden do?
the student loan forgiveness case is before the Supreme Court today. What the case means for Biden's plan and for millions of Americans like me right now. So I applied and I was approved to have $20,000 of my student loans. I think I almost got $40,000 because I got twice.
Paid off?
Yeah, they're forgiving it.
Because of that thing in the summer?
Yeah, and I got accepted and everything, but a bunch of Republicans with like literally why would you do this? They sued Biden saying what he was doing was illegal and unconstitutional. And like he literally is like I've talked to multiple legal people. I'm like, why would you not want people to like, because most Republicans are for it, but there's like 15 Republicans who sued him from like Republican ass states and saying that you can't forgive loan debt. And everyone talked about there's literally no reason. Like both parties should want debt remote. I mean, obviously the interest comes from somebody who own like lobbyists.
Everybody pays for it.
No, yeah. So yeah.
So there are.
But their argument, one of the argument is that the reason why they're suing Biden for forgiving loans is because it's not fair that they had to pay their loans.
Which is true.
Yeah, but their loans were like half the cost.
Oh, but so is the dollar, the cost of the dollar.
Yeah,
I'm just saying I don't really give a shit about what happens on this.
Yeah, because you don't have loans.
They're gonna fuck me in the ass on taxes regardless. And that's a very fair point as well. I say let's call a spade and send another Billy to Ukraine, and we'll figure it out later. Let the Supreme Court do its thing.
I just think why literally the only other reason the first reason these Republicans are saying that they're fucking against it. And the thing is I'm a Republican myself. Like, well, I'm moderate, I'm independent, but like I'm fiscally conservative, socially progressive, whatever you fucking want to call it. And they're like literally saying it's not fair that we all had to pay our debt. Well, your debt was, you paid it off in one fucking summer. You worked a summer and you paid it off in the 1980s, you know? Like it's not the same.
There's also like the cost of college now is ridiculous to the point where like they're gonna be fucked in a couple years. But imagine I graduated 2 years ago. I can't. I'm tough cookies for me, but that would always happen no matter what year it is. Why don't you just not pay your college debt? Doesn't that never come back to you?
Well,
a ton of people do that, or is that?
It's the only loan. It's the only debt. They actually made a law in the 1980s that it used to be that student loans after 7 years you could default on them and not pay them back, which a lot of people used to do. And then Ronald Reagan, one of the worst presidents of all time. Did you know before Ronald Reagan, we used to tax the wealthy? I think it was like 30%. And then Ronald Reagan became president and he changed the tax law to 2%. Is that insane?
Yeah, I've heard good things about Reagan.
Oh my God!
So, I don't really.
Well,
I don't really know.
We know where Jackson stands on all of this.
I don't have any political.
We go to Jackson's family reunions, and they're all like, "Ronald Reagan was one of the best presidents in our goddamn lifetime."
I think that would be. I don't think that would be true.
But no, so like for me, like the student loans, it's pretty important, and there's no reasons to be against it unless like you're being lobbied by a company that provides loans, or you're a asshole who goes, well, I paid for the 20 grand back in 1962, even though I know it's not worth 170,000 to get a college education. I'm gonna make these motherfuckers.
Don't the hardworking Americans have to pay more tax dollars to pay for your student loans?
No.
If that were to go, I'm not well versed on it. None of this matters.
I'm paying my student loans. So.
But I'm saying if your student loans were all set, wouldn't that would go to like tax dollars? So
no.
All I'm saying
my
is
money,
other reasons for what you're saying. There'd be no reason to, except for 30 years ago I was in the military and it took me 10 years to pay for it. And
that's the other thing. They're like also there's like those motherfuckers could do what we did. They're like, I went and joined the military after I went to college, and the military took care of me. Well, I don't want to work and get raped in the military. That's another thing. 11% of deaths in the military are from friendly fire. 11% of deaths a year are due to friendly fire in the United States military. Pat Tillman got sniped.
Who's that?
You don't know about the NFL player 20 years ago, after 9/11, who joined as an Army Ranger, and he was sending letters home talking about how dumb this war was, and he was disparaging the United States military. And then 1 week later, he died, and then the United States military tried to cover up that they accidentally friendly fired him. And then 2 years later, it turns out he was sending them signals, like sending them coordinates, and they allegedly sniped him. He was by himself, like on a ridge, sending signals, and they sniped him because they misconsidered him for being a jihad when he was in full American soldier gear. Yeah. And his family is still fighting the United States government that he wasn't an accidental friendly fire. They purposely sniped him so he wouldn't, because he was trying to leave the war and to start speaking out against the Afghan war.
Yeah, from what I've heard, that was a stupid war, and our government and army and all that's very corrupt in general.
Is that fucked up? You didn't know that about Pat Tillman? I
don't know who Pat Tillman is.
He played for the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, Emmanuel Quickley, dog, 23 points. What's your thoughts on Emmanuel Quickley? Should he be in the Sixth Man of the Year conversation?
Whoa. Jeez, just throwing that out there, aren't you? No, but the New York Knicks have won, 6 straight games now? In fact, check that. I think they won 6 straight games, and they took down the Boston Celtics and pretty much completely locked up Mr. Jason Tatum. And Jalen Brunson wasn't even all that crazy last night. RJ Barrett didn't look good. Julius Randle continues to do his thing. And yeah, Emmanuel Quickley has been great. I can't remember what the Sixth Man of the Year award race is looking like.
Once Russ left it's 3 guys. It's Norman Powell and I'm forgetting the other guy. Norman Powell, Bobby Portis is out of it now.
Brogdon.
It was Brogdon, Norman Powell, and Emmanuel Quickley last time I checked.
Quickly's on a heater right now. That is interesting. I think he'd have to continue to do what he's done the last month or so for the rest of the season.
It's just a lot of the six mans have gone hurt. That's why he's climbed up. Literally, you want to see a cool graph? This is the Sixth Man of the Year graph. This is how the rankings have gone throughout the season.
Dang.
All right, so right here, this was Russell Westbrook.
Oh, Benedict Mathurin.
I love this. This is a dope-ass graphic right here. This shows the Sixth Man of the Year race so far this season. This is pretty cool.
Top 10. Let's see what it looks like top 10.
All right, top 10 right here. Oh, so right here, Malcolm Brogdon starts the season. Okay, who's all the way? All right, look at Brogdon. Up here is. So if we go,
there's a lot of colors, a lot of blue colors.
I'm going back to this one. So right here, Russell Westbrook on January 19th was the favorite. He falls off. Right now, the favorite is Malcolm Brogdon, then Norman Powell, then Tyrese Maxey, then Russell Westbrook, then Benedict Mathurin. I think Emmanuel Quickley needs to join this list.
If he played like this for the rest of the season, for sure. I don't know.
You're a hater.
I'm not a hater. I'm trying to be realistic. Brogdon's had a huge impact on the Boston Celtics, and I think it would be hard for him to lose that.
For the New York Knicks, you mean, not the Boston Celtics?
Malcolm Brogdon's
what? Oh, dude, I thought you said
no. Yeah, so you know what? I think you're right. That probably sounded bad. He should be in the conversation.
Okay, yes, the body of work.
Front runner.
So Brogdon and Powell would have to get hurt if it quickly to win it. Brogdon's running away with the award right now.
Yeah, Brogdon probably. Who's the other guy you said?
Norman Powell and Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah, I think he could pass. I mean, Norman Powell also had a great season, but I think he
Yeah.
could pass Powell. Yeah, I mean Brogdon when he scored 20 and 40.
How does Quickly fit though? Is he just going to be their sixth man for the next foreseeable future if they extend him, or do you hopefully think that maybe you move on from RJ Barrett this summer for somebody else, and you have Quickly and Grimes and Brunson?
It certainly makes it a lot easier because you have more, or not easier, but it certainly gives you more options, more versatility, which is always a great problem to have. Unless RJ really shows out in the playoffs, I am anticipating he's gone.
The Knicks are signing Dwayne Washington Jr. to a two-way contract.
So bye-bye Rose.
To a two-way contract, bud. It's because they signed Trevor Keels.
Oh, Trevor Keels is back.
On a 10-day contract.
I
have so much use.
I like the name, but that doesn't probably won't play for him much.
I mean, Trevor Keels is a thick boy.
I like Trevor Keels.
All right, we got one more thing to talk about. Dude, I still can't believe I went to sleep early. That's what happened. I go to sleep early to wake up earlier. I just need to sleep even less.
Well, that's what happens when you sleep 3 to 4 hours for days and weeks on end. Your body needs 8 hours every night. So
I don't like it. I don't like 8 hours.
Well,
8 hours are for goddamn communists.
You need rest, man. You need sleep.
Markelle Fultz is having a career year. No one's talking about it.
Yeah, I'm loving it. One of my fantasy teams. I'm loving it.
First off, 50% from the field. People don't understand. Tell me I'm wrong right here. Markelle Fultz is a top 10 guard at attacking the rim.
Damn, in the whole league, both guards?
No. Point guard, like lead guard. Top 10 point guard at attacking the rim.
Right now.
Right this season.
All season? I don't think I have the data to make a
Markelle Fultz is shooting 53% on 2 points. Effective field goal percentage of 51.
So sounds like you're probably right, but I don't have all the rest of the data.
Yeah, no, I get you.
But yeah, he's having a phenomenal season, and it's been awesome to see because we all want him to succeed. It's wasn't he in the same class as DSJ? It's completely different because Fultz has done this all season or half of the season, a little bit more than half of the season. But I know you're a huge Fultz guy. I'm a huge Fultz guy, and all it takes. We've seen so many flashes of Markelle Fultz be able to be legit.
He's averaging 17.
He's just got to stay healthy. 17
of the last
3.
Yeah,
he's had 20. He's had double digits in the last 6 games. He had double digits
last 5 games, 17
every game except for one in the month of February.
All right here, I just found it. Less than 10 feet. Okay, Markelle Fultz is shooting 56% from less than 10 feet from the basket. Okay, that's
yeah.
He's also shooting 30. He's shooting 30% from 3, which is actually a career high. But one thing I do want to say is his catch and shoot. All right, this is pretty cool. So all his threes are basically catch and shoot threes. He only takes catch and shoot threes, and yeah, he's shooting 30%. But another crazy stat is he's attempted only 1 or 2 pull-ups this season, pull-up threes. He's shooting 33% on pull-up threes. But
wow.
Yeah. And I have all these stats right here. He's a guy who, if he's wide open, he doesn't miss. Okay. And even when he's tightly contested, he's still shooting 50. But he's became a good scorer. Markelle Fultz, you know what he is? He's the younger version of Drew Holiday. That's what people were expecting him to be, this super guy. But he's kind of Drew Holiday. He's a really good defensive guy, but he's one of the top 10 defensive point guards in the NBA. Top 10 defensive point guard in the NBA. He's a really good ball handler. He has the size of a combo guard. And the only thing, his biggest weakness is his three-point shot. And if you look at Drew Holiday didn't have a three-point shot until midway through his NBA career. And that's really when people started to give Drew Holiday the credit he deserved. I mean, Drew Holiday for his career, he was a 39, 36, 38 that started out, but like there was this stretch with the Pelicans where he was this 33, 35, 33, 32, 35. There was a stretch where he kind of like lost that 3-point shot. It seemed like, he didn't become consistent between 2015 to 2018 Drew Holiday, but then when he goes to the Bucks, he's been basically a 40% 3-point shooter. So I think it's 3-point shooting. Like I think Markelle Fultz could very similarly follow the same career arc as a Drew Holiday player.
Shot 41% from downtown in college as well.
Yeah, and that comes back to his like family friend who was his trainer, like fucked up his shoulder. But check this out. So his performances, according to this, so far his career has been most similar to Monte Ellis, Austin Rivers, Xavier Henry, DeJounte Murray, Sasha Pavlovich, Sean Livingston, Mike Conley, Alfred Payton, Wilson Chandler, and Jan Dooling.
Alfred Payton used to be...
Dude, Wilson Chandler.
Wilson Chandler was a really fun 2K player as well.
So much fun. He's only 35.
Monte Ellis is a freaking bucket, though.
Dude, Wilson Chandler fell out of the league so early. 3 years ago at 32, he was out of the league.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely. All right. We got, I think we talked about everything we wanted.
I feel like one person in all of the show.
So we got up to like 8 at one point.
Oh, wow.
I think
slow week.
Yeah, I mean, also, yeah, I guess it's a slow week, but we also have to think that I'm pretty sure a bunch of people's spring breaks start next week, and midterms were this week, and shit like that. Like,
I'm gonna assume well over. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna assume over 50 aren't in school anymore, but
no. Like
as far as like our active chatters, you might be onto something there.
Well, also it's just a lot of people right now. People are working harder because most people have plans for the spring. So most people are like focused on their work because March is when you go. March and April is usually people's first vacation of the year.
Yeah, and they always come down to this state and ruin my vibes, man.
This is Evan Mobley.
Again? Dude, we had him like last week. That sucks.
Yeah. All right.
He's having a phenomenal year.
He is.
No sophomore slump for him.
Just shooting wise, I think he just did take the jumps as a scorer. Evan Mobley.
That's fine as like a 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Dog, though.
That's like he became a 16-point scorer. Like he did get like all his stats improve across the board except his 3-point shot. If you were hoping that Evan Mobley,
oh yeah, that went downhill. I'm still hopeful.
Oh yeah, no, I'm still hopeful. It's just like we were all like, okay, this year if he shows some progress in the 3-point shot, but like it was just like, oh, like
when he takes that jump to 30 plus, he'll be easily at 20.
Yeah, no, I agree. I am glad we were able to get basically an hour in, even though I woke up fucking. I'm so mad that I woke up late. And the other thing is, I woke up originally, but I instead of snoozing my alarm, I turned off the alarm because I had multiple alarms to keep going off. Because I usually turn off my first alarm, knowing that there's a second alarm that I can wake up in 15 minutes to. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So no, like because I like to have one alarm wake me up, so then I close my eyes for 15 more minutes, and then I wake up to the second alarm.
Yeah, it's a way to do it.
Yeah, because I have an alarm always go off 15 minutes before I actually need to wake up, because then I'm like, there we go.
You need like at least 15 minutes to figure it out before the day starts.
You like I got these framed?
You already told me that, but yes, I really
This
do.
one got framed,
Awesome.
and then this is the other one I framed.
Wow, you're just leaving it on top of that?
Yeah. Where else am I gonna put it?
What if you bang your chair into the elbow into the wall and it falls and broken glass everywhere? It's That's right, though. It's like pretty risky. Well, everybody, be sure to hit the like button. Let's see how many people are in here. But hit the like button, and
I know.
that's really all I have.
I thought
I think the Bulls are on tonight, so that'll be a lot of fun. There's a lot of basketball on tonight. I agree, Chris.
I'm gonna head out. Deuces.
So, yeah.
Peace out, guys.